Guys, welcome back to Mondays at the Museum. I'm Carrie and I'm here at the Anna B. Miss Palmer Museum in York, Nebraska. So our art exhibition that runs until August 2nd has several different categories here, and one of those categories is quilts, and I've had several people ask me about them, so I thought for today's video I would show you a closer look at them. So here is our quilting area. As you can see, there are several up and available on the walls. First up, we have this gold Japanese lantern quilt. It was made by 1921 and it was donated by Laura M. Keel. As you can see, they actually look like little lanterns. Next up, we have a velvet and wool pieces patchwork quilt that was made in 1914 and it was donated by Clara Swanson Masters. You can see the little pieces of felt and wool coming through there. Next up, we have an autograph quilt. This was made by Liz Shepherdson in around 1900, and it was donated by Cora Shepherdson. What's really interesting, I was actually reached out to by this family about an entirely different item that they had donated, and in our records, it doesn't say whose autographs these are, but it is filled with several autographs, and after talking to the donor's family, they realized, hey, this is probably a family quilt, because several of these names are looking familiar, and there is several different maps in their family, so we were really excited to learn about that. Then we have a quilt made by Mrs. John Armbuster. She was only 10 years old when she made this quilt in 1904. It was donated by Mrs. Tom Burke, way better than anything I could do, and she was 10 years old. This little quilt is actually made for dolls. It is a satin patchwork doll quilt, and it was donated by Miss Nettie Wood. Then we have a broken pitcher design quilt. It was made by Mrs. B. King. It was donated by Eleanor Allen. Unfortunately, I don't know what date or year this was made, but you can tell the broken pitcher design, just all sorts of chaos going on in there. And then we have two items that were actually just donated to us this week. So we have this pink applique quilt. It was made by Marie Briggs Lemon. Love the little animals on here. And then we have a miniature quilt, same donor, also made by Marie Briggs Lemon, and it said that these were actually squares cut from feed bags. So once upon a time, when money was low, they would print feed bags with different patterns and colors and things, and people would make dresses and outfits and things out of them. You were limited as to how many you could pick up at one time, so these guys must have picked up several over the years. And they actually, were able to turn it into a quilt, which I just think is really cool. So those were just a few of the quilts that are in our quilting collection. We actually ran out of space. We were only able to put up a few. But stay tuned if you are into quilts. I am working with the Quilt Basket business here in town on setting up a quilting program in June. We are thinking about hosting a quilting show so they can teach you about different techniques and things like that. So stay tuned, and always, if you have any comments or questions, hit us up in the comment section.